So, yeah, there's fruit in obedience for sure, and I think that's like one of the keys when it comes to doing what we do as believers, but you're still in entertainment. So,
Yeah, because I think something that you were showing there and that I think also applies to like people who aren't artists as well, like creatives, but I think also just everyday people too, is this misconception or fear. I don't really know how to put it, but essentially this, whenever people invite us into an area, whether it's their homes, their church, and invite us to perform or just simply be there. Sometimes we can fall into this misconception that they invited us because of their expectations of us, and that we're supposed to meet their expectations rather than them genuinely just wanting us to be there to be our authentic selves.
oof.
And that we have to meet the standard or preconceived notions that people have of us rather than genuinely allowing the fullness of who God created us to be and the fullness of his spirit be there.
Sheesh.
And that's something that's like really been hitting me recently, is like the fullness of God's character and trying to embrace that. Because it's something where I think like at times we're just like, all right, I want to embrace his gentleness, or I want to embrace his grace, or I want to embrace his justice and all this stuff. Whenever it's just like, no, like we can't pick and choose. Like it's not a freaking buffet. And we want it to be sometimes. And I think sometimes we can project that on ourselves, where people only want these parts of us. For example, something that I think I also had a misconception of or fear of for the longest time is for people who are growing in creative careers, is this fear of like going deep, and that there's people in the industry or in creativity or whatever that would think you're weird for being deep. But the thing is, I think that is what resonates the most.
Sheesh.
Like that is the thing that, for example, like with you, as we've grown with friendship with you, with Montel for sure, and with Chaz, like we've seen that y'all desire to be deep, and that is one of the reasons why people love being around y'all. It's because y'all are deep, and deep cries out to deep. Like the depth of you searching for the depths of God encourages others to go deep.
Sheesh.
And so I think that's something like, yeah, going into like performing and whatnot. And then I'm sure which can relate back to your relationship and marriage with Rachel, of like, all right, I know I'm supposed to lead in depth in marriage. And that is supposed to apply to all other areas. And so having her around helps you be accountable in that. And allows you to continue to go deep in everything, therefore allowing you to craft your set or whatever in different ways.
Yeah.
That was a lot, but I don't know.
I really resonate with it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I raised my hand because I'm like, man, I have been there where you start to wonder, like, man, do fans just Can't Tell It All every song?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, even though there's depth in that, it's like, or can I just be who God's made me to be and just display that? And so I've been navigating that even recently. I know we've been talking about it a ton. I've been navigating that. And, man, honestly, it's like simple. It's like, what does God put on my heart? And at the end of the day, if you desire the depths of him, why would it be wrong to express it in your art? Like, it can't be. So, yeah, that's huge.